If you ask me or if you ask anybody before the year started, will the Patriots be 13-4? Will they be, in the AFC championships? Will they, you know what I mean? You guys would have said no. So the fact that he overachieved, exceeded expectations, that alone, and he's only 23 years old, that alone to me is why he's MVP. A young quarterback doesn't normally do so fast in their second year, and I was quickly impressed. It reminded me, I'm a basketball fan, so it reminded me of Derrick Rose when he won his MVP. And he's, even though he's played great these playoffs, he's faced some hard defense. Chargers had great defense. Texans obviously had the best defense in the NFL. We won 10 games in a row. We were 8-0 in road games. Stafford, because he has about 8 interceptions but 46 touchdowns. And I get it. That's great. I understand what Tom Brady's trying to say, that Drake May has all this time. He's hating. He's jealous. I mean, he didn't think we would bounce back that fast. I love Tom Brady, but let's not act like he didn't just leave us. He left us and won a ring. We got to do the same. We got to win without him. He won without us. We got to win without him, and I don't think he wants us to win without him.
Chills on the beat.
What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? It's your boy Chills on the Beat. We're gonna talk about Drake May and why I think Drake May should be the MVP of the 2025 and 2026 season. There's a lot of reasons. It's not just stats. But I could just go on all day about Drake May. To be honest, when we drafted him last year, I went and quickly did my research about him and seen the highlights of, because I don't watch college football, so I wanted to see the highlights. And when I seen it, I was quickly amazed. I was like, man, is this Tom Brady Jr.? You know, but I have statuses of me talking about Drake May in 2024. You know what I mean? And I said he's the new Tom. I actually said that we are going to be going to the dynasty going to the Super Bowl last year, and that we already have a dynasty. And obviously we didn't. We had a terrible team, a terrible offensive line. Defense was trash. We didn't have anybody he could throw it to. But the next year we spent about 350 million, I think, or maybe a little bit less, on defensive players, wide receivers, and we drafted well. We got two outstanding rookies. Well, at least one outstanding rookie in Henderson, and Will Campbell. He's a good left tackle. He's not doing so great right now in the playoffs, but he's a rookie. You know what I mean? So, long story short, the reason why I have Drake May as MVP of this year is because nobody believed in us. That's number one. If you ask me or if you ask anybody before the year started, will the Patriots be 13-4? Will they be, in the AFC championships? Will they, you know what I mean? You guys would have said no. So the fact that he overachieved and, exceeded expectations, that alone, and he's only 23 years old, that alone to me is why he's MVP. I'm not even going to break down the stats yet. I'm just going to break down what I believe and what my eyes see when I look at it. You know what I mean? And he dominated every game. To me, like, it just felt like it was too easy for him. He was throwing long passes, short passes. He was leading our team in a lot of ways. That a young quarterback doesn't normally do so fast in their second year. And I was quickly impressed. It reminded me, I'm a basketball fan, so it reminded me of Derrick Rose when he won his MVP. Even though it was the third year, he was very young. He was 22 years old, and it's just a lot of growth he did in so fast in such a quick time. Drake May gave me that, that feeling, that Derrick Rose feeling. So that's one reason. Second reason is he's our leader, and he's leading men. He's leading Stephon Diggs and grown men to victory, to playoff games. And he's, to me, he's played great these playoffs. He's faced some hard defense. Chargers had great defense. Texans obviously had the best defense in the NFL. So he's played great. Obviously he's gonna have hiccups. This is his first playoffs. You know what I mean? But he's held his own. He's made great passes, and yeah, like, to me, it's a no brainer. It's a no brainer when it comes to MVP. It's also, it's also a narrative you got to create. You know what I mean? We won 10 games in a row. We were 8-0 in road games. Um, Kayshawn Booty has looked incredible. And one thing about Drake May that I love is that there's not just one receiver or two receivers that he goes to. He lets everybody eat. So you never know who's gonna get the ball. You know, he's just a great player. And without Drake May, we probably would have won 4 or 5 games this season. Let's just be real. You know what I mean? So that's my take on why he's MVP. And now I can break down the stats of why he should be MVP, right? So first thing we're gonna see right here is obviously what everybody cares about is touchdowns and stuff, right? So let's look at Drake May's stats. So this year he completed about 31 touchdowns with 4,394 yards. The yards is pretty good. That's pretty good. Pretty good stats right there. Completion 72%. Incredible. Only, 8 interceptions. And I get why some other people would pick Stafford because he has about 8 interceptions but 46 touchdowns. And I get it. That's great. That's a that's a winning MVP season. You know what I mean? But this year you're facing the big dog who just became the big dog, the young big dog who's won more games. I think let me double check. I don't want to say something and then you guys go in the comments and tell me I'm wrong. How many Rams? I think Rams probably have the. Let me see. Yeah, we won more games. So I was right. They're 12-5. We won more games. Stafford is 37 years old. You should have got it a long time ago. Like I understand what Tom Brady's trying to say that Drake may has all this time. He's hating. He's jealous because he knows that we got some. You know what I mean? He didn't think we would bounce back that fast. Listen, I love Tom. If you know me, I love Tom Brady. But let's not act like he didn't just leave us and left us. I get it, him and Bill Belichick had their differences, but he left us and won a ring. You know what I mean? We got to do the same. We got to win without him. He won without us. We got to win without him. And I don't think he wants us to win without him. So that's why he made that, to me, that pitch to Stafford of winning MVP. But he's not the MVP in my opinion. Drake May, man, you guys gotta stop lying to yourself. Drake May dominated this season. Drake May's the truth. He's the new Tom. I said it. We are back. We are gonna win the Super Bowl, inshallah. Hopefully, you know what I mean. But we definitely going to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean. And we've had a great year. Stephon Diggs has played tremendous this year, absolutely tremendous. His speeches before the games is everything. We need that. Without that, we're not gonna win. You know what I mean? When he got like in trouble or like in some civil case, whatever, I was so worried because we need that speech before our games. Every single game, we need that speech. So Stephon Diggs has played incredible. Henderson, Stevenson, Booty, Gonzalez, Milt Williamson. We have a great team, and I will not be surprised if or when we win the Super Bowl. You guys will be surprised, not me. You know what I mean? I called this, and I have proof, and I'll post all my proof in this video. I called that this team is legit. This team is a new dynasty. Mike Vrabel, man, this guy is just the best coach I probably ever seen in all sports. Like he's just tremendous. He's a player's coach. You can tell he's been on the field. He knows what it takes. So he knows how players feel when they. I seen him like lift up Will Campbell's chin when he was walking down the tunnel on the last game because he didn't play that great, and he lifted up his chin and said, "Don't worry, you're good. You did good." You know what I mean? That means a lot. Little things like that carry a long way because Will Campbell's a young player. He's a young left tackle, so young players, a lot of things get to their head. So when the coach believes in them and is there for them, you really gotta, you know, take that with stride because that's gonna really carry a lot of weight. And Mike Vrabel, man, tremendous job. So as I'm saying, Drake May, MVP, y'all hand him that. 23 years old. He's played solid, played tremendous. He's leading us, and he can possibly lead us to the Super Bowl for the first time in about what 7 years. And he's only 23. Come on, and you know how much pressure he has. He has all this Tom Brady pressure, and he's just lived up to it. He's been calm, poised, mature. He's a great, God-fearing man. I love him, man. He's just such a great dude. When you hear his press conferences, he's always bigging up his teammates. He's a great dude, man. So he deserves it if you ask me. Hand him the MVP, Drake May, and Patriots are gonna win. So if you guys disagree, let me know. Who do you guys think should win? If it's Stafford or Drake May? Comment right now and let me know why you think that Drake May is not MVP. And if you do agree, let me know. Let me know why you think he should, because there's obviously a lot of points that I'm missing. I'm not a, a football analyst. You know, I love football, but I don't know the game like that. So you guys can go in the comments and let me know and break down certain things that I've missed, and also let me know what else I should be talking about with the Patriots. And share this, like it, tell the people that Chills on the Beat. He's taking over the sports industry and the music industry in the same time. All right, it's your boy Chili Yos. I'm out. Chills on the